The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Welcome to Red Along Live. Welcome to Tuesday on the Ride. Brace yourself, seatbelts. Alisa, Samuel, thank you for joining. Thank you for logging on. It's Tuesday, guys, and we have another bit of information for you. Very important information, guys. Very important information because you know, if you don't have the information, you virtually lost. Essentially, you are lost. So we are dedicated in bringing you all the updated, relevant information. Today, we're going to deal with immigration because there are a lot to discuss. And joining me in a few minutes, I mean, she's no stranger to the ride along. Diana Winter Funday has really revolutionized the whole immigration. She's not just the queen. She's like, let me see. There's no term yet to really name her. She have really changed people's lives virtually and in person. She is one of the top-rated immigration attorney here in the U.S., based in Florida, but covers the whole entire world. And she started an academy recently. She's going to tell us more about that. But whenever there is information that is pertinent, that is necessary to outlet to our audience, the go-to person for me is always Diana Winter Funday. Yeah, no doubt. So she's here, and we're going to talk about immigration because there are some burning draconian laws, lot of mercy that you need to know about. So if you care about somebody that is a Caribbean national, someone who migrated here into the US, and you want to change somebody's life, this is what you need to do right now. Just tag them. That's all you have to do. Just tag them. They'll thank you later. Tag them and type "thank me later." And you don't have to be an undocumented, I don't like to say alien, immigrant. You don't have to be undocumented to watch this program or share this program. Because what we're about to share with you could affect you even if in some instances you might be documented. And there are a lot of people, I know, they are very fearful of commenting on topics because they don't want people to know their status. That is fine. But I tell you something, you have nothing to be ashamed about. Because I, and probably almost 99.99999% of everyone who came to the United States was at some point in time undocumented. And they were able to adjust their status because why? They got the information. There are people right now, they could possibly get, their documents very, very easy, simple. But the only thing that's preventing them from doing it is information. And that's where we come in. That's where DNA Winter Funding comes in. Hey, Thompson Cador, thank you so much. Everybody tag somebody. Everybody tag somebody. Everybody tag somebody. Quick. Tag somebody quick. We don't have a lot of time. It's very important. And the lawyer, the lawyer charged by the hour. Tag, and tag. All right. Let us go into it right now. Again, joining us right now, she's no stranger to the Ride Along Live. She is my sister. She have helped so many people around the world, including moi. She helped me. She helped me get myself sorted out and thing. And I'm proud to say that I'm happy because she did what she did for me. Deanna Winter Fundy, my sister, how are you doing today?
It's been too long, Jay. I know we talk in the background,
but
I miss my ride along days, the laugh. I miss all of that. It's been too long. How you been?
I've been good. As you can see, I get a little more buff and thing. I've been working out in the gym.
I see that. I see that the buffness is there. I see it.
Yes, you gotta keep it healthy, eat healthy, take care of the body because you can't just work every day and then you don't take care of that engine. You know what I mean? So I'm taking care of that engine.
So you've been good, you've been busy, you've been all over the place. I need to make an appointment just to even talk to you.
No, you don't.
I need your assistant's number so I could make an appointment just to even get to talk to you.
You got to speed dial. You got to speed
dial. I like that.
And we also joined by Jennifer Tilado.
Hello, how are you?
How are you doing? How are you doing, Jennifer? You good?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and welcome. Listen, they say when it's nice, you do it twice. We got two lawyers, not just one, but two legal professionals to answer some of the burning questions that's on the minds of our viewers. Again, Jennifer, welcome. Your first time here. Get comfortable, Jennifer. This is family. This is family.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right. So, Diane, I know there are some very important things that we need to speak about, but I want to go back a little bit because a few people have been inboxing me and they ask me this question, and I think it's important that we address it. As it relates to deportation, right? Someone messaged me and they said that they never knew this, that if they have a green card, they are not 100% protected from deportation. Explain to me, how could someone get deported with a green card?
Wow. First, good evening, Ride Along family. Let me do a proper introduction of attorney Jennifer Tilado. Now, Jen has been with me for a number of years. And this past, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, we made Jen the offer to join our team. And now Jen is our managing attorney at the law firm. Wow. And I think a lot of the success and the growth of my firm, Jay, rests firmly with you and this program. I'm honored to have been a part of the Ride Along family now since 2018. So I got all my gray hairs on here on Ride Along. So all the people, I really want to give a big thank you to the Ride Along family, whether they're here stateside or they're in the Caribbean, I feel you, I hear you, and I look forward to continue serving. And because of the generosity of Ride Along and the Ride Along family, I had to bring in help. So attorney Jennifer Tellado has joined our firm. And so I wanted to bring her on and introduce her to the family so we can continue to offer quality legal representation. She has extensive knowledge in immigration law. But let me have her introduce herself real quick, Jay, and then we'll answer the questions.
Absolutely, no problem.
Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Thank you.
Well, I think she did the greatest introduction. Yes. My name is Jennifer Tellado, managing attorney at Winter Law Practice. And before I became an attorney, I was an immigration paralegal for over 15 years. I managed law offices in Manhattan, small practitioners. I've also had my own paralegal business, all specializing in immigration. I specialize in family-based and also humanitarian-based visas, such as asylums. And I also work in the deportation field, but Diani's the expert on deportation.
Yes.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks.
So fully equipped with the experts on all possible issues that we could speak about as it relates to deportation and filing for your documents. So to the deportation question, as it relates to someone already have a green card, how does that work? Explain that to me.
So I love this question, Jay, because I get this question a lot. A lot of people, when they get that green card, they automatically assume that it's the gateway to heaven. The green card is a temporary thing in that if you commit certain acts, right? You're not a citizen. Remember, you're not a citizen. You weren't born here. You haven't naturalized yet, right? The green card is that first step into becoming a United States citizen. So to that question, can you be deported? Yes, and absolutely yes. When you get your green card, this is what we tell clients in the firm. When you get your green card, continue to behave as if you do not have a green card. Whatever the things you were doing before green card, especially to my Caribbean folks, stay away from the marijuana. Stay away from selling, possessing, using. Stay away from it. Because there are all these acts that they list that are called deportable offense, meaning if you do this, you're going to get in trouble. So can you get deported if you have a green card? You best, even if you, and the next question they'll say, Jay, I've had it for 20 years.
Yes.
A green card is a green card is a green card. And I know Attorney Tellado agrees with me.
Yes. What you have to say on that, Attorney Tellado?
Absolutely. I can 100% confirm. And also extensive travels in and out of the United States is going to be a difficult thing for you too. But I agree with Attorney Diani. We've had many situations with people coming in with a green card 20, 30 years, and now they're in trouble. They were arrested and now they're getting deported. And so then we have to go in and defend them in deportation proceedings when they thought that they were not able to be deported because they've had a green card for 20 years.
So it doesn't protect you. What about if you come into the United States, say you travel, you spoke about extensive travel, and you travel and you come back into the United States, for what reason would you then, or could you be stopped at the airport with a green card?
So for example, if you were arrested, that's going to be the trigger. Sometimes you're arrested here in the US and nothing happens. ICE isn't notified, no one's notified. But when you're traveling outside of the US and you're coming back into the United States, that's when they're flagging you. And that's their trigger to say, hey, we have a flag on you. You were arrested for, a felony, whatever offense it was, and deportation proceedings can commence against you at that point.
And I hope that the person who requested this or put forth this question is watching, because again, a lot of people think that they got this green card and they're done, they're set, they're all good, but it's really not. What is the process of deportation? Because we know that they don't say just deportation and put you on a plane and chuck you back to Jamaica or Grenada. What is the process? Any one of the ex-team?
So I'll take this one. So typically something would have happened, whether you were arrested, ICE wasn't tipped off, and something triggers it. Like we see where, okay, I'm gonna go to Jamaica, I'm gonna go to Grenada, it's carnival. I'm gonna leave, even though this arrest has occurred 5, 10 years earlier. Coming back into the United States, essentially what you're doing is you're knocking at the door. When you have a green card, you're knocking. It's like me coming to your house, Jay, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm knocking at your door. Say, please let me in, please let me in. And
Mm-hmm.
you, as the Customs and Border Patrol, you say, you know what? I'm going to let you in, but on a condition that
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go in front of the judge because 5 years ago, I show where you committed this thing. You got arrested for a felon. You got arrested for possession of marijuana. You got arrested for domestic violence, something, fraud, whatever that act is. They'll say, you know what? You got arrested for something.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to physically let you back into the United States. However, we're going to place you, we're going to begin the process
Right.
of sending you back to whenceforth you came. We're sending you back to
Right.
where you're coming from.
So
So you do get
deportation is a process. It's not deportation, you're gone. It's the process.
especially when you have a green card. If, for example, you're coming in with a B1, B2, certainly they can turn you around at the border and send you back. But when you have a green card, you have certain rights, right? So they will make sure you have a chance. Due process. Let me go in front of a judge and tell the judge why I should not be deported.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are some of the deportable offenses then that someone could commit? What are some of the things that someone could do that could start them off on that process of deportation?
I'm going to turn over to Attorney Tillada, but I love, Jay, you sound like a lawyer. Jay said,
Yeah,
what are the deportable offenses?
we've been together for so many years. I could go take a walk tomorrow.
Jay, you said, what are the deportable offenses? I love it. I love it. You don't even do this on here no more. You know, you're just asking the questions. I bet you know the answers.
Well, for a lot of people who watching, and I'm representing them, not me, because I think I'm knowledgeable enough.
You
But
are.
a lot of people that's watching, they have all the questions, and I'm representing them today.
And I'll kick this one to Attorney Tillada.
So, drugs, that's definitely one of the deportable offenses, right?
Right.
Possession, selling, any aggravated felonies can also be if you commit a crime with a weapon. Theft can be, it depends on just the amount. And then we have crimes that are involving moral turpitude, and these crimes have to do with dishonesty, sort of like fraud, again, like theft, domestic violence to a sense can also be one of these crimes as well. So it's a big list, and we just have to be very careful.
Yeah. Attorney Diana, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I love what the big thing for us in the Caribbean, Jay, us, you know, a lot of us, it's drugs.
Yeah.
We see it, whether it's use, whether it's possession. And I want to take this time to warn this community to stay away from those edibles. Like now edibles are a big thing, right? The cookies, the muffins, all of that. You cannot work in those stores, especially for my folks who live out in Colorado, because you can't, because if you're working in the store, it's almost like trafficking, right? So until federal law is settled, right now, state law, a lot of states have legalized the use of marijuana, right? Federal law, it's still a crime. Immigration is federal. So I can't go to state court and say, by the way, in the state of Colorado, this was legal.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that, unfortunately, right? So stay away from that. Burglary, rape, robbery, those icky crimes that Jen talks about. You just don't take those convictions. And one of the things I want to say too, don't be quick to plead to an offense. Like, for example, you get arrested, and because you don't want to spend the night in jail, you're going to just say, plead guilty so you can go home. Don't do it. You want to see that case through and have your criminal lawyer call someone like myself or Attorney Tillada to see what those immigration consequences of that criminal conviction will be. Because everything comes with a consequence when it comes to a green card holder and any type of crime.
You said states, but I want you to make it very well much known that you might be also speaking about Caribbean countries as a state, because St. Vincent and the Grenadines is fastly approaching, if not already so, approve the use or legalize marijuana. Grenada is moving into that vein as well. But although it's legal in those Caribbean countries, which would be considered as a state, it is still illegal to federally transport marijuana out of that state into the United States, which is still a federal crime, a federal offense. So it's very important that you echo that, because a lot of people feel like, it's legal in the Caribbean, I could just come up here with it. Yeah,
you're right.
I think that needs to be that part alone needs to be echoed loudly, because I've even heard of situations where people felt as if it's legal in the Caribbean, so that's the world. That's the world. It's legal all over the world, and that is not the case. Right. So back to if you want to reiterate on that and make a profound note on it, that it is not coming from you, of course, because you are the professional. You guys are the professional.
Absolutely. And I always try to drive that home with, especially my little Caribbean, the ones who just come from Jamaica, or ones who coming from the Caribbean, or they're just coming from overseas, and they're excited and they think, oh, I can smoke my weed before I go to work. I can go over here with my boys. That at the federal level, the use, possession, sale, consumption of marijuana is still illegal. There is an exception for 30 grams for personal use. Outside of that, it is a conviction, and it's one of those hard things, Jay, to overcome in immigration court. It's super hard. It's super hard. It's super hard. So just stay away from it.
Wow. So you're saying that it's difficult to put up a defense for the use of marijuana. Is it marijuana only, or all illegal drugs straight across the board?
All drugs as defined under the law defines drug, or I think the correct term is controlled substance.
Controlled substance, right? Okay. All right. Guys, I'm asking the question here, but it's really not my show. It's really your guys' show, right? So the number's on the screen. If you want to call in, you call the number 718-701-5720. We're speaking to Attorney Deanna Winterfunde and also Attorney Toledo. Is it Toledo or Toledo?
It's Tellado, but in
Helado? Is it Toledo? Helado, you said? Telado. Okay.
It's a Spanish last name, so it's pronounced Tellado.
Tellado. I like that one. Tellado. Okay, that's it for me. Yeah. So you can call in at any time. The number on the screen is 718-701-5720. Call in right now and ask your question. Now, I want to talk about that process now of converting quickly from your green card to becoming a citizen, and the privilege afforded to citizens that are not afforded to green card holders. Any one of the professionals could take the question.
I can take the question.
Yes.
So I see people in the chat saying become a citizen as soon as you're eligible, and that is correct. I would suggest that as soon as you're able to, you should apply for citizenship. And in order to apply for citizenship, you have to have had your green card for 5 years. You have to have resided inside the United States and have lived here, been here physically, at least half of that time. People like to travel when they get their green card. They want to go back home. They live back home for 6 months out of the year, or sometimes even more. We tell our clients, try to keep it under 6 months, maximum 6 months out of a year if you are going to be traveling back and forth. File tax returns, work, continue to, behave, no arrest record, because when you become a citizen, you still have to show that you have good moral character. You still have to show that you're eligible to become a citizen of the United States, that you filed your taxes, that you've been working, and that you want to also remain in the United States. So if they see that you're constantly out of the US, that you are staying back home more than you're even staying in the US, they're going to say, do you even want a green card? And if you don't even want a green card, do you even want to become a citizen? So these are just the primary things. If you have child support, pay the child support order, please, because they will be looking at that as well. So anything that has to do with just your good moral character.
Right. Yeah. And what are some of the Attorney Funday, what are some of the perks now for someone to become a citizen?
I think the biggest, Junior, is the ability to vote. For those people who really love politics and love to participate fully and love to stop some of those legislative bills that go through, the biggest thing, you're available to vote. Another big thing is, Attorney Talata talked earlier about traveling back and forth. Now you go to Jamaica as a citizen and live there for 5 years, get bored, get back on a plane. Guess what? They will come home, Miss Wynn, right?
Yes.
If I do the same thing, green card, I'm going to have some problems, right? So one of the biggest perks, I would say, is your ability to vote. And I always talk about federal employment. I always come on here and say, look, there's some nice federal jobs out there. You have to be a citizen to work in most, if not all, federal positions. So that would be a huge perk.
Yes, the ability to vote and obtain a federal job. Right. And it's important, because I remember, and I always give my story, back when I didn't have any documents and I felt like I was somehow in a vacuum. You couldn't take advantage of the opportunities, and people would say, well, then why don't you just move back to your island, or where you come from, or whatever country you were born in. And some people don't have the ability to make that decision. I came in here when I was very young. The US still has a lot of opportunities that's afforded to citizens and people who live here. And that's why a lot of people try to get their citizenship. I saw someone asking the question there, why do people even want to go to the US in the first place? And in that derogatory way, but there are still a lot of opportunities afforded to citizens. Cindy has a question here. Are you given citizenship automatically if you serve in the US military?
Jen, you want that one, or you want me to grab it?
You can grab that, Diani.
All right. So I love the word automatic. It's not automatic, but it is automatic. So when you serve in the United States military, they fast track you to naturalization. I think before it used to be on your way in. Now I have been told that they want you to go through boot camp first, and then automatically you can apply. You no longer have to wait 5 years if you're in the United States military, right? You can get what we call, it's automatic, but it's not automatic. You still have to complete an application. You still have to qualify. You still have to do. I've gone to military interviews for naturalization, and the officer may ask 1 or 2 questions. They don't go as deep when it's military or their family members. So yes and no, Cindy, to your question. I'm going to give you the legal question, Cindy. It depends. It depends. Yeah. But for the most part, anyone who is a member of our armed forces or U.S. military, them and their family members, or even some of the folks who works for the Department of Defense overseas, they no longer have to wait the 5-year requirement or the 3-year. They can be naturalized as soon as they get their green card.
Okay, all right. Someone, Slim Map asked a question here, so I have to let me understand what he's saying. So all the people who married fix for citizenship after they go in to get divorced. Okay, I guess what he might be saying is, if you get married illegally, or not illegally, what's the word? You get married under false pretenses, and how long then you will have to get a divorce? I don't know if that sums it up. But I guess the short answer to this is you should not get married under false pretenses and try.
Thank you.
get a green card just to get divorced, because that's illegal. So from the top, it doesn't work like that. You got to be very careful. Just getting married for green card, that doesn't work, and you might get caught. and you might be barred. Is that the process?
Yes, yes, it's one of the ugliest consequences. Marriage fraud is an absolute crime, and it's ugly because if they find marriage fraud, it's very hard to come back from. Very hard, if not impossible to come back from. So I'll just say marriage fraud is a crime and leave it at that.
Okay, all right. Let's leave it like let's leave it at that. Don't get married. Don't
Yes,
get married. Get married for love. Come to Grenada.
yes.
Find a good man. Find a good woman. Yeah, you know. All right, all right. Are you going to summarize the term of SB 1718 or just pass in Florida? That just passed in Florida. Yes,
Cindy.
yes, definitely. We plan to go deep, deep, deep into this one. This is the SB 1718 that we plan to talk about in extensive, right, Dione?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
I want to save
yes.
I want to save that one for a little bit later. Let's see if we have any more
Okay.
questions regarding obtaining your citizenship, green card holders, and even students. If you're in the Caribbean and you want to study here in the United States, if you have any questions on that, please post or please call, because I don't want anybody to call me after this program and ask me these questions. We're giving you a free opportunity right now to ask your questions. Take advantage of this opportunity. I beg, take advantage of this opportunity. Okay, we got a call. Let's take this call right now. We got a call coming in.
To accept the call, press 1.
Yes.
For more options,
Caller live, where are you calling us from? All right. Caller got cold feet. Yeah, caller got cold feet. All right, let me see if we have another one. 876 Danga FF. Hi to you. Watching over there on YouTube. All right. So there's no other questions that anyone want to ask now. So let's move on to this big piece of legislation, Funday, and the implications of that piece of legislation that just passed in Florida. Summarize it for us.
So my summarization of this bill, it's probably one of the largest anti-immigration bills that we have seen in a while. We all know that, Governor Ron DeSantis is not a friend of undocumented or what he refers to as illegal migration. He's not a friend. He has not supported most of what other states are doing when it comes to the undocumented community. So now when we look at House Bill 1617, and for purposes of this chat, we can just call it the anti-immigration Florida bill. Most people are calling it the Florida bill. A few months back, we had seen where the governor had taken really extreme measures when he put a bunch of undocumented individuals on an aircraft and sent them to Martha's Vineyard. So most of you know that the Florida House and Senate are highly conservative, right? So it wasn't hard for him to accomplish this. It was not hard at all. And what he's essentially saying, he's criminalizing any acts having to do with the undocumented community. So he's criminalizing the transportation, he's criminalizing the employment, he's criminalizing the movement, he's criminalizing the medical needs of the community. So for example, if I were to house an undocumented individual, and by undocumented, we're not talking about individuals walking across the border. I know a lot of times this community likes to just segment undocumented. Oh, I came on my visitor's visa, I'm good. No, if you are undocumented. If you came on a proper visitor's visa and you've overstayed, you're undocumented. Governor has passed, this bill has passed in the state of Florida to say, look, now Department of Law Enforcement have been tasked with questioning people. If you go to the hospital, they don't have to ask you only about insurance. They can also ask you about what is your legal status. And
Wow.
I don't want us to say this is not in my backyard. Florida is all the way south. We have to watch what's going on, because Florida, a lot of times what happens in Florida, it's extreme with elections.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
they're
you-
criminalizing the movement of the undocumented community.
So if someone is undocumented, could the kids go to school? Would that be housing undocumented? Or could they go and get an apartment? Are you hearing me, Funde?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I know Jen wanted to jump in, so I don't want to hog the conversation because I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
Jen, go ahead, because I know she wanted to kind of jump in a little bit.
Well, children of undocumented individuals can still attend school if they're U.S. citizens and if they're minors. I'm just not sure what the question was exactly about housing.
Yeah, housing. Okay, when they say housing, the Funde said earlier that it's illegal to house an undocumented, meaning that what I take it to mean that if someone, say I have a relative and they come and they stay by me, then I could be fined or I could be doing an illegal act. Or if I have an apartment and someone that doesn't have documents, I let them stay in my apartment and I charge them for rent, am I committing an illegal act?
Well, the way the bill is written, yes. The way this bill is written, yes. Meaning would have anything to do with the undocumented community. How it will be enforced, because this is a new bill, how it will be enforced is left to be seen. But as it is written, you cannot transport, you cannot house, you cannot employ anyone who's undocumented.
And we're not talking about a bill, we're talking about a law, right? This is already
signed. The governor signed it. It's signed into law.
This is really, really, really bad.
It is signed into law, Jay.
So in Florida right now, the police officers are actually doing the work of ICE.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We saw this, I think, in North Carolina a few years back. It was something similar where they were saying law enforcement needs to report everybody who's undocumented. So we did see that, I think it was in North Carolina. Essentially, now immigrants, like the simple fact of being undocumented is now a criminal act. You cannot even, in Florida, you won't even be able to get a driver's license, which you couldn't anyway, but now they're saying if you get that license from another state and you're undocumented, they will not recognize license that you got from like the state of Connecticut or something. So they're taking it to extremes.
You were also able to get at least a government issue, kind of just an ID at some point, depending on the county or municipality that you were going in the state of Florida. They had some sort of discretion and some leeway as to what they were willing to provide. We've had clients with just a 601A waiver approval that will go into some DMVs and they would just be able to get a driver's license, a temporary one. But now they're kind of enforcing it. You cannot get any form of identification or driver's license if you are undocumented.
You spoke about hospital earlier, Funde. So does that mean that if something happened to you and you met in an accident, you got sick, you go into the hospital, they're going to ask you your immigration status?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
That is.
And I'm curious to see how this will play out because, you know, hospitals, they have that, what do you call it? The Hippocratic Oath where they'll take care of everybody. But I am more worried about somebody getting hurt and not wanting to go to the hospital. I'm worried about that mom. I'm worried about that woman who says, you know what? Let me treat whatever is going on with me because I'd rather do this than go to some hospital and get, because they're so afraid.
Yes. Is that even legal? Is that even constitutionally legal?
Is it constitutional, Attorney Tillotto? What do you think?
He said, is that even legal? I'm like, it is now.
But does that go in contrast to any constitutional clause or whatever?
Well, the U.S. Constitution does not provide any protection for undocumented immigrants per se. So there's not really, you can have a human rights argument against it. This is what a lot of people are saying, that it's an inhumane bill and that it's violating a lot of human rights here perfect example was what Attorney Diani said. People are now not wanting to go to hospitals because of fear of deportation. They're going to continue to get sick, possible death, because they're scared of deportation proceedings being commenced against them simply because they're sick.
Wow. Schools.
Schools. It didn't mention schools. I think our students will be safe. Students up to maybe high school, right? Because again, another constitutional right is, I think, the right to that kind of education, right? Not college, not beyond, but up until high school. However, when we think about employment, we think about Florida and all the farm workers that come to Florida that have decided to stay and that have not returned home. They're at a disadvantage. We think about some of the biggest industries in Florida hire undocumented individuals, our farms.
Yes.
And so you think about it, now they have no rights. I'm just thinking this is going to be like a human rights crisis, because now these individuals, if anything happens, I'm not going to call the police. Why would I call the police and the police have to come ask me about my legal status? So I'm curious to see what's going to happen to this law. I'm curious to see how will it be enforced. I think the governor asked for, I think, $12 million to enforce this bill, to enforce this law. Florida has the money, so I know he'll get the money.
Guys, we're talking about this. This have to be the most draconian immigration bill that I've ever heard. It's basically criminalized immigrants just for being undocumented. This is a situation. It's happening in Florida. It's not a bill. This is a law. This is signed into law in Florida. Taking your questions, 718-701-5720. If you have any questions on that particular law, I saw a question earlier about something else. I want to see if I could bring it in. Someone was asking about something. Yeah. Okay. If I find it, I'll put it up there. So what people in Florida doing right now? What are people moving to other states? What's happening?
A lot of calls. People want to leave.
Right.
People are wanting to leave. We're getting a lot of calls. And for some people, leaving is not as easy. They have family members here. Some of these homes have United States citizen children in them. So it's not like you can just pack up and leave, moving your family from one state to the next. But I can tell you there's a lot of outcry, a lot of outrage. And I think the rest of the country needs to join. If you're an immigrant or you're immigrant adjacent, support the immigrant community, you should be joining hands with about this. Attorney Talado.
Absolutely, I agree. It's people are in fear. They're living in fear right now. They're just wondering now also alternative means of transportation to work, to different things. They're scared to even catch a ride with someone because they're fearful of what it might cost the person driving them as well. And yeah, an influx of people either wanting to leave or also trying to fix their status now as well. They're inquiring as to how they can actually become documented. But it's scary. It's Diani mentioned these undocumented individuals have United States citizen children and spouses who are also going to suffer hardships because of this bill. It's not just the undocumented immigrant. And we also going to have employers. Business here in Florida is going to suffer because now they are requiring employers of 25 employees or more. They have to do an E-Verify system for everyone that comes into the company, and they automatically have to ask them whether they're documented or not, and they have to put it into a system that is connected to a government. And they have a lot of employees here who are undocumented, especially agricultural system.
Someone said here, Camille, she made a very valid point. She's fearful about the people who have crime committed against them, women that are being raped, people that are taken advantage of, and they just have to stay. in the abuse,
Mhm.
sexual crimes committed. You have no choice because you can't even go to the police because the police. This is a tragedy.
It's pretty bad, Judy. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And I see where Cindy Rodriguez says if DACA kids are in jeopardy. No, because DACA is like purgatory. You're not documented, but you're not undocumented.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Right.
It's pretty bad.
Val John made a statement there, and I leave for one of the attorneys to respond to that question. Her statement was that no disrespect, but a lot of the crimes that's committed down there are illegal immigrants. I don't know where that fact came from. I don't know that to be a fact, but have you seen that on your radar as far as crimes committed in Florida being that of illegal immigrants?
Attorney Talata, go ahead and then I'll chime in.
As you said, I don't know that to be a fact. We don't know that to be a fact. I've seen crimes committed by U.S. citizens all of the time, every single day. So
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that and Val, thank you so much for sharing that because we see that a lot. And I think anybody who's anti-immigrant, anti-black or brown people will say things. That's a rhetoric that they put out there. But there's no statistical evidence to support that more crimes are committed by immigrants, or I think it's the opposite because most people, when they have a green card or they're undocumented, they'll stay in the shadows. They're not out there trying to do the most. A lot of them they will stay in the shadow, Jay. You don't see them really out and about because they're trying to protect their privacy. They're trying to hide. They're on the, they're not out there doing the most. So I've never seen any statistical evidence to support that immigrants commit more crimes than any other group of people.
Yeah. All right. I share the sentiments as well. Reginald Ahmad is asking if you file a false VAWA case when your American citizen daughter was under 21 and now she's 21 and want to file for you to get a green card, will that person get deported? And he's asking for a friend.
Tell the friend to call us. Reginald, tell the friend to call us. And I'll always preface with, Jay, when I'm on this show, I'll say, look, guys, we're answering questions based on limited amount of information.
Yes.
Don't take this as legal advice. This is just us on the street corner chopping
Right.
it up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if any kind of false documentation you file with, and I'm glad you're asking for a friend because I would tell you don't put your business on Main Street either, but tell your friend that because he or she if they file any kind of false documents with immigration and immigration finds out, it will come back to haunt them.
Mhm.
So yes, your daughter can file for you, but whatever is in your immigration file, even though it might have been turned down, it might have been denied, they will use that when it comes to you adjusting under anything filed for you later on.
Yes, yes, yes. What I asked the question earlier. I don't know if I asked it, but let me just ask it now. What are people to do right now? Is it that the federal government may actually have legislation on immigration, or what is it? I'm just trying to understand what people in Florida that are undocumented should do at this moment. What I mean,
Attorney Telato, what do you recommend?
some advice.
well, I would say for starters, if you are undocumented, I would say that you visit an immigration attorney and see if there's any way of you actually getting documentation. That's one of the biggest things that I would suggest right now. To stay out of trouble, because again, they're wanting to put people on trucks and just get them out. So just stay out of trouble would be the second thing that I'm going to suggest.
But you could be in trouble just by walking down the street. That's trouble.
Yes.
That's being present in a grocery store. That's trouble, right? Would the procedure of deportation go through the same as how we spoke about earlier, or just you're caught, you don't have any what is it, due process? Does due process plays into this form of the law as well? Is there any due process?
So remember, to Junior, just your presence is a criminal act. If
Yes.
you're here, you don't have to break a order. You don't have to commit a crime in order to be in deportation. It could be your entry that was bad. You can be placed in. It could be you've overstayed your visa and they catch you walking in Florida. That is essentially what they're calling the crime, right? So your presence, it doesn't mean that you committed a crime and they catch you. If you're driving down the road and you came across the border, or that visa, that student visa you came on has expired, that investment visa has expired, that 485, that adjustment application that was filed for you was denied, you're now undocumented. And that's what I'm telling people. Don't think this is just, oh, it's happening in Florida. You could come to Florida, go to Miami, you're undocumented, and you're in Miami with your girlfriends walking around and you get in trouble. You are undocumented, and Florida law says this is what's going to happen.
So even if you're visiting from out of state,
you're undocumented.
yeah.
If something happens to you here, you could get in trouble.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people, we got to look at this seriously. This is not just, you could be in Florida going, you came, okay, you're a student, you're undocumented, and you came to Florida to visit your auntie, and something happens. You are undocumented.
For the folks who often go down to Miami Carnival. No, I'm thinking this is really hitting home now, Funday.
Yes.
This is serious.
So it's not just, oh, you're a resident of Florida. This can mean, I've had clients that have come to Florida for vacation with green card, and they're from other states, and they get into trouble here and they get placed in deportation.
Right.
But and they're told to report to their judge in their home state.
But you still have due process. You still have an opportunity to defend. What would be the defense? If, say, you get caught up, you were here for a lengthy period of time and you didn't adjust your status, you get placed in deportation, what's your defense, your possible defense?
It depends. I would have to talk to you. For example, if you're living here 7 years or more, you've been filing your taxes, I probably could try for you cancellation of removal. We can try if you have a parent, spouse, or child that's a U.S. citizen. It all depends on what's going on with you. It really depends.
This is serious stuff, Funday. I know we spoke about it. I know I read about it. I saw videos on it. But you guys just explaining it to me, I am just seeing a whole heap of problems. This is.
And I would add, when Attorney Tillado said, like, go see your attorney and stay out of trouble, I would also say stay out of Florida.
Stay out of trouble, stay out of Florida. Because, Florida and trouble is the same thing in this context.
Same thing.
Stay the hell out of Florida. I beg. This is not good. No way whatsoever. Any advice? People are nervous. People are nervous right now. And I probably asked it already. But what advice could we give to the people? Besides stay out of trouble, they don't have a choice. They've been there 20-something years. They haven't adjusted their status. What could we tell them?
I want to echo what Attorney Tillado said. You got to get in what we call, and we talk about it on this show all the time, the immigration checkup.
Yeah.
Every year, if you're here undocumented, every year, go sit with an immigration law attorney and just see if any laws have changed where you can benefit. Every year. I know you're going to say, oh, you want me to give a lawyer money? Yes. I want you to pay an attorney, not somebody who's not an attorney, not your auntie, sister, cousin, husband, who went through the same process and is giving you advice. I want you to just go sit with an attorney and just tell them what's going on. Number 2, I want you to start your immigration file. Like however you entered the country, start paying your taxes, start putting that immigration file together. And number 3, I want you to aggressively pursue an immigration option. A lawful immigration option. If you have a green card and you reach the stage for naturalization, you should be naturalizing. I don't want to hear no more madness about you wanting a passport from your home country. You should be naturalizing. You really should. That would be
Yes.
my advice.
Yes. My personal advice to someone that is undocumented right now: find love somewhere. My favorite place to find love is at a funeral.
I
You find,
know.
yes,
I know, Jay. You know how many cases I've gotten at funerals?
I know that's what I'm saying. I
Funerals.
funerals is it. I'm in the funeral all the time, and they always trying to pick me up. I mean, I'm not looking. Funeral is a spot. Now, seriously. So you
Yes.
get yourself into a relationship. No fake thing. Find love, court a little bit. And if the time permits, you guys fall in love, everything looking good, you could get married. Yeah, go through the process. But you have to be loved. Don't get married for a green card because it's an illegal act and we don't want you to get into more problems.
Right.
Or stay the hell out of Florida.
Mhm.
It's crazy. Listen, I'm thankful, Funde and Attorney
Yes.
Toledo, for coming on and sharing these very important factors with us. I hope that people take it seriously. In a nutshell, let's summarize everything, Funde and Toledo. Let's conclude everything that we spoke about here in a nutshell. What would you say?
I'll just say the United States is still a great country. I love this country, but every now and again, our lawmakers get it wrong. And I think in
George,
this case,
you have a call.
Governor DeSantis has gotten it wrong. Reiterate, book a chat with us, my team, or any immigration lawyer that you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be us, but at least book a chat with an attorney where you can talk about your current case.
Yeah. We got a caller. Let me take this last call and then we go to Attorney Toledo. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from?
Florida.
You're calling from Florida?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Whenever I hear Florida, I get scared for some reason. Sorry, caller. Florida, go right. Florida, go right ahead. Go right ahead, Florida.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm calling on behalf of a friend.
Yes.
My friend husband, they did a adjustment status, I-130, and it got denied. And they're living in Florida.
Mm. They got
And I wanted to know, to find out what's the best thing to do from here going forward.
Because it's a specific case caller, I think it would be best if you book a chat with us. We're gonna put up our number and our winter
Okay.
immigration. We're gonna put it up. Because if your case wasn't specific, I would try to answer some questions, but I don't want to hinge on
Right.
giving you legal advice over the air, having you putting your business on Main Street. I don't want that for you or your friend.
Right.
So if you just
Correct.
book,
Thank
you
you.
can even call us and just say you are on the Ride Along show, and then we will tell you how to book
Okay.
a chat with us.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
caller.
caller.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I must say, in terms of when you're getting married, it's important that the person that you're getting married to have a green card. Because if both of you guys married and the person don't have a green card, even if you fall in love, you can file, right? So I just want to say, I'm not saying get married just for the green card. I'd say that.
Valid point. Valid point.
Yes.
You know, I love it. I love the couples where both of them come on a visitor's visa and they both get married and they come to do a consult and they want to do something. I'm like, go to Disney World, have fun, and go home when you're done.
It's sad. It's sad, but it's true.
Juna is savage. Juna, you're savage. But what if I love him and all he have is a green card? What if I love him?
Let him upgrade. I don't know. Funde, Listen, I want to help people get their green card. I want to help people get a citizenship. I want to help people to adjust their status. All right. One of the ways that you could do it is to fall in love. Find somebody, fall in love with them. And I'm not going to say the other part because you're going to sound like I'm setting up illegal acts. I'm not going to do that. Fall in love and take it from there. Somebody will help somebody later down the road. You never know. You never know. Something can happen. All right. Attorney
Tallado.
Tallado.
And don't feel bad. It took him 3 years to learn my name.
Yes, 3. More like 5 years to learn her name. And I still mess it up to this day.
That's too bad. I'm okay.
Yes. So let's summarize it to everyone that's watching right now. Give them some quick advice and some summary on what they should do if they are in, they're looking to adjust their status. Just give them a rundown and a conclusion on the assistance that you could provide at the Winters Law Firm.
Okay, yeah. Piggyback on what Diani stated already, right? Come see an attorney, whether it's us or someone else. There's different ways to adjustments. There's family, but there's also business through a job. And there's also humanitarian visas that you don't need anyone to petition for. It's just self-petition. If you were a victim of a crime, asylum, there's many different paths to obtaining a green card. So, come in and see someone. You never know what you may qualify for. Even if it's a temporary DACA or TPS or some sort of status that can let you stay here temporary and give you a work permit and a license so that you can drive around, especially now. You're going to need that more than ever. Again, stay away from edibles, marijuana, all of that, especially with this bill, because they're cracking down and they're using this money to enforce and try to go after undocumented immigrants. And they're going to do it through the hospitals, as you can see, through employers, as you can see. So just please stay away from that. And if you do not have a driver's license, and I know this is difficult, but do not drive without a license. But if you are driving, please be super safe. Do not drink and drive, like my mom always said.
Absolutely. Thank you. Fonde, everybody wants your number.
813.
813.
815.
815.
3529.
3529. That's the number right there on the screen. Guys, call this number, Attorney Winter Fonde.
And we also have a Spanish number too, Jay. Now that we're expanding and growing, we do have a Spanish number, 813.
813.
452.
452.
8451 for our Spanish callers.
For Spanish, si se habla español, llamar esta número aquí. Right there.
You go, Jay, with your bad self.
I mean, we could have conducted this entire interview in Spanish.
I know.
Chilito could have get it on. Listen, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have to say, great information. I think the audience appreciate it. And I always say, guys, this is not an experimental thing. This is not a lab. This is your life. So I say, don't experiment, go to the professionals. And the professionals you see sitting right here with me, they are the professionals. I got my whole stuff sorted out. Diana Winter Fonde hooked me up in record time because I at one point was walking around with a green card for a very long time. I was like, and she said, Junior, what? And she sought me out, right? In record time. And you know what I mean? I travel in the world and I have a more sense of security, all of that stuff. Diana Winter Fonde, her law firm will sort you out. No matter what the situation is, guys, there might be there might be something there for you. She knows all the little nicky, knock, live under the bed and, know what to do. She got it figured out. Call the number right now. Say, habla español, llamar. The number on the screen right there, this is a Spanish number if you speak Spanish. If you speak English, whichever, you could call this number right here. Call them right now, Fonde and Attorney Tallado.
There you go. Getting close.
I got it. Getting there, right?
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much, everyone.
I'm going to get it perfect. Fonde? You were saying, Fonde?
I was saying thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. No problem. Anytime. All right. Keep in touch.
Guys.
All right. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Guys, this is serious business. This is no joke, it's no laughing matter. Talking about people's lives, some people's livelihood. Don't move, guys. We've got a commercial break. We come right back, right along live.
Schwab Bank introduces e-payments, our new e-banking feature that allows you to send wire transfers on the go to anywhere in the world. E-payments, the swift, simple, and secure way of transferring money.
Yes, guys. If you guys have any further questions, you could give me a call. And I know this is a very this is a very scary time, especially for the family and friends in Florida, right? I remember, guys. I remember, as my personal story, when I came to the United States, I lived here for many, many years undocumented. But I was just I was a renegade. Yeah, I was a renegade. I started a business, right? I even at one point in time, while I was doing Time Plus Beats early in my career, I even had to go and do an interview with an FBI agent inside of the FBI headquarters in Manhattan. And I didn't have no papers. I told you I was a renegade. Like, they can't stop me, right? I was like that. Yeah, I went into the FBI headquarters in Manhattan and interview an FBI special agent. In fact, they gave me a whole tour of the FBI headquarters. They show me everything and, they give me a whole tour of the FBI. Why? I didn't have a paper to my name. I was a renegade. I said they can't stop me. But listen, you can't take them kind of risk on them these days because things change. Things change. Although back then it was bad, but now it is 10 times worse. So I want people to change their status. If you're living here in the United States, some people came here as a child. They came here at a very young age. No fault of theirs. The parents said, we move into the United States when they was 10. They had no control over it. They couldn't say, no, I ain't going. Nah, they just had to leave. And for many years, when they were 20-something, 10, 11, 12 years later, they're here, they still haven't gotten sorted out because they don't have the documents, right? And they get involved in some kind of thing. They don't even have to get involved in anything. They could just be walking down the street if they're in Florida and get pulled over by a police officer who asks for the documents. And they don't have it, they're getting deported. They don't have no friends in the Caribbean. They never grew up there. They don't know nothing about nothing because they left there when they was like about 10. Never even been any place. They don't know. No, they get thrown back into the wilderness, right? And that is the reality for a lot of people. That's the reality for a lot of people. And it's sad. I hope something could change really quickly. And I'm serious about when I say, if you're in this position, look for love, guys. I mean, that's not the only way to get your green card, right? There are other ways, but it's just, if you look for love, you find someone that you could get married to. It's a quicker process. In 5-6 months, you sort it out. You get your stuff and you sort out. You wait 2 years later, still married to the same person, then you could get your citizenship. There is also VAWA application that we spoke about, right? Violence Against Women Act. And you don't only mean that women, not only women, it represent for men as well. So some men who might get abused in a relationship, there are ways if he was taken advantage of, abuse, or attacked by U.S. citizen. In many ways, you could get your green card. So that's what I said, that you should speak to an immigration attorney because they know how to sort out the thing. They know what to do, all right? Because I know exactly how the life is. I used to be scared. And I know how you guys feel, folks in Florida. All right? We'll be right back.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Yeah, guys, so we're telling you about Carnival. Let's talk a little bit about Carnival. Jackie Chaitan, how you doing, Jackie Chaitan? Big up yourself. Michael, if you're watching, big up yourself, my friend. All right, guys. So this program is brought to you with the kind compliments of Amazing Colors. Now, Amazing Colors is the premier, all-inclusive Monday Night Mass band. Right? I want to see you guys in Grenada this summer. Spice Mass. And when you're talking Spice Mass, one of the premier events of Spice Mass is Monday Night Mass. If you never experienced Monday Night Mass, well, half of your life done gone. So, the band, the ultimate band of choice that give you all the amazing outfits and the best service on the road for Monday Night Mass is Amazing Colors. Yes, there are other bands, but Amazing Colors is the best. It's the best. I ain't gonna lie. It's the best. Play Monday Night Mass with Amazing Colors. Check them out at MNN Grenada. MNNGrenada.com. That's MNNGrenada.com. Monday Night Mass with Amazing Colors. It is so amazing. It's just so damn amazing. Play Monday Night Mass with Amazing Colors. It's amazing. Hey, big up to Bashik. Bashik presents Pretty Mass at its best. Pretty Mass at its best. Bashik. Hold on, guys. Before I tell you more about Bashik, let me show you this now. Let me show all of this. This is how amazing Colors is. This is how amazing the thing is, not Jed. This is how amazing the thing is. These outfit was custom designed. The theme is Liberation. Liberation by Amazing Colors. All right, I will tell you about Bashik. BashikCarnival.com. Check out Bashik, offering Pretty Mass, taking Pretty Mass to the next level. Yeah, to the next level. Plain Mass in Grenada. Pretty Mass, check out Bashik.com. Bashik.com. They got some of the most amazing costumes. Yeah, some of the most amazing costumes. And they had a launch over at the Grenada launch event. Yeah. Bashik. Big up to the folks in Bashik. The folks representing for Bashik. That's Bashik at the launch, guys. That's Bashik. Bashik. Bashik Spice Mass 2023. Plain Mass. Pretty Mass. BashikCarnival.com, guys. They have all body shapes and sizes as well. It's BashikCarnival.com. Pretty Mass with Bashik. Bashik Carnival Spice Mass 2023. Check out BashikCarnival.com online. Spice Mass 2023. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. Nothing falling out. Nothing falling out with Bashik. Everything inside. BashikCarnival.com. Remember, it's Bashik. Everything sought out. Everything sought out. Everything plug in, nothing in, plug out. All you watch now. All shapes and sizes. Nothing falling out. Everything inside. Guys, it's Bashik Carnival. BashikCarnival.com. Check them out online. Get your packages for Bashik. It's BashikCarnival.com online right now. Get your packages for Carnival in Grenada, Spice Mass 2023. It's Bashik. Going to Carnival, going to Spice Mass. It's Bashik. One, two, three, Bashiki. Plain Mass. Okay. All right. Somebody hold on. Somebody stopped me. They said those costumes I was showing was not from Bashik. It was from Ecstasy. Well, it looked Bashiki. All right, I'll show you guys Bashik. That band is from Ecstasy. That's band from Ecstasy. Thank you, China. That band is from Ecstasy. They look Bashiki. So we showcase Ecstasy today. Tomorrow I'll go show all you Bashik then. How about that? Huh? All right, that's Ecstasy. They look Bashiki, hey, what I know? You look Bashiki. Ecstasy, big up yourself. Bashik, big up yourself. Monday Night Mass, don't forget Monday Night Mass with amazing colors. Yeah. Monday Night Mass with amazing colors. Big up Ecstasy. Alright guys, alright. I did enough damage for the night. Let me get out of here, guys. Don't forget, if you have a business and you want to advertise, give us a call. Amazing colors.
The best time I have for Spice Mass is plain mass with amazing colors. I love amazing colors. Always spectacular. Always amazing.
always amazing.
Catch you guys again tomorrow, right here on The Ride. Good night, guys.
When your choice, class, and taste says luxury, visit JTS Luxury Home. With our spring into summer sale, all overstocked items must go. We stock a wide assortment of modern furniture, bedding, and home decor. The sale runs into midsummer or while stocks last. JTS Luxury Home, 467 Thomas Boylan Street, between Pitkin and East New York Avenue in Brooklyn, where opulence meets affordability.
Brooklyn, New York, get ready, cause on Sunday, May 14th, New Face Promotion presents Full House Bingo Sunday. It's the Mother's Appreciation Day, going down at St. Jude Community Center, 409 Maple Street, and your ticket's only $40. Win $4,000 in cash, $1,500 jackpot, $1,000, 3 games of $500, all games Full House, and other games. Those on 6 p.m. Bingo starts 7 p.m. So get there early. It's Full House Bingo Sunday, Mother's Day weekend at St. Jude Community Center, 409 Maple Street. Music by DJ Synergy, DJ Silence, and DJ Splendid. Performance by saxophonist Jarrell, and special performance by Alma Boy and Kush. Hosted by Duan the Entertainer and Mosai. For more details, call 347-304-5453. It's Full House Bingo Sunday, Sunday, May 14th. Be there.